everyone and welcome. I'm very excited about the project that I'm going to share with you today. I've had this project in mind for several years now, and with the release of the March-April 2022 catalogue from Close to My Heart, I knew I had the collection that I really wanted to use for it. The Cake Day collection is perfect for a birthday book. I love the PML cards, the digital collection, the dots and the coordinating card stock. But basically what I'm using for this 6x8 project is the paper packet with sticker sheets. And hang around to the end because I'm going to show you exactly what I have left over. I have basically used pretty much 99.7% of everything that you see here on this page, and then I've added in some cardstock as well. I've stuck with 3 main pattern papers throughout this project, but of course it's totally adaptable, and I'll have details about the project down below. These ones here I haven't used for this one. This is a project I'm doing for my son, so I've concentrated on these 3. And I will be doing another one of these for my daughter. So let's dive into the project. As you can see here, this is a 6x8 everyday life album. So the pages do fit in here, but I really wanted to create a birthday book that you could flip through and see the change from their actual birthday right through to the age of 21. I've done some Cricut cuts with this, so some of this project is done in Design Space. The title is all cut out using Cricut, and the pen work on the outside is with the Cricut as well. And then I've got cardstock to change all the colours of the letters behind this sheet that's been cut out, and these are the colours that I am using throughout this book. The format of this book is basically every double page is 1 year in the life. So I'll have a photo of the actual birthday and then a photo that I really love from that year. Then I flip through and I've got one. So this is obviously first birthday. You could have a photo of each birthday, or you could have, as one of my dear friends does, she writes a letter to her son every year, so she could include that letter on this page. The stickers that I've used, you'll see throughout, I've put them so that they're usually cut off at the bottom. I find with the white edges, if you put them up, they can float a little bit. So I've put them down the bottom and trimmed that off so they look like they belong at the base of the page. All of the cuts with the coloured cardstock are done on the Cricut because you can see they have the rounded edges, and the numbers representing each year are done on the Cricut as well. I've designed the mats that go with each of this with a section cut out of the middle. This reduces the bulk, but it also serves 2 purposes. This is the outside area for the mats, and then the inside part goes underneath this cut out number. And I've done exactly the same thing with the mat for the coloured cardstock. The inside section is cut out so it provides a mat for the number placement. I've used the zip strips, and some of them I've cut down just a little bit and tucked underneath to stretch the use of them throughout the book. And you'll see as I'm flipping through that I do follow a pattern and a coloured cardstock theme. So this is the yellow with the polka dot, and then I go to the green mats with this gorgeous print. I love this print. And then I go to the green pattern paper with the blue mats. So I've kept that throughout this whole entire album. Once all the pieces are cut, it really takes just between 1 and 2 hours to put together. It really comes together quite quickly. And you can see as I'm flipping through, I have offset the photo holders and the numbers to spread out the thickness of the papers. Tucking in the little stickers works really well. I love the sticker borders, so they've been cut in half to use as well. And you can see that this pattern flowing all the way through the album gives a good sense of continuity. This is one of the zip strips, and instead of just chopping it at the 6-inch mark, I've actually trimmed it so that it's 1/4 inch height rather than 1/2 inch, and that extends the amount of strips that I have to use within this album. I've extended the use of the stickers as well. When you pull them off the carrier sheet, you get left with the outside print of the colours. So I've used that within the album as well. You can see here I've used strips of the leftover pieces of the pattern paper, and this is also part of the carrier sheet from the stickers. And then in Australia, we celebrate 21st. So I've gone right through to 21. If you didn't want to do all the way through to 21, you could stop at 18, which is technically when they become an adult, but 21 is still a bit of a big deal, and there's quite often parties and celebrations for that. And then the last page is one where you could put a letter, or you could put a favourite photo here as well to finish it off. So how fun would this be to flip through and see the progression from the actual birth right through each year, and how your child, your niece, your nephew, your godchild, somebody who's very dear to you, has progressed over the year and the changes. And when you flip through this, you'll be able to see how much they've grown and changed over the years. I really think this is going to be a fun project to look back on. Now, I've kept this fairly clean because I want to be able to add journaling in, and I also wanted it to be a project that is achievable to do within a couple of hours. If you wanted to add more to this, you could add splatters. You could do some direct-to-page stamping. There is a Cake Day scrapbooking set, and there's also a Cake Day card making set. So you could stamp direct onto your pages, or you could do some die cutting. You just have to be aware that this is quite a bulky album, so if you add any more pieces to this, it is going to increase the bulk, but you could split it into 2 volumes if you wanted to. Fitting the 21 double page spreads in here has made this at full capacity. You couldn't really go any more than this. But I just find, just by flipping through this, I'm imagining my son's photos on here. I'm going to do one of my daughter as well, and I'll probably use the reverse side of some of the patterns, and it's just going to be a treasure to look back on. Now, I did promise I was going to show you exactly what's left from this whole entire 12 by 12 sticker sheet and this 6-pack of 12 by 12 papers. So here it is. I have one tiny little strip of paper left, and I have these stickers left over and these pieces here. So from one entire paper packet with the sticker sheets, this is all that I have left over. So I'm really happy with how everything has come together with this, and this is all that's left. I can put this onto a card, or because I'm doing another album for my daughter, I could incorporate those onto her album as well. As I said before, there'll be a link below on all the details on all of this. I hope you've enjoyed this concept style album. Thank you so much for joining me as I flip through this. Happy crafting, and bye for now.